Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. In this video tutorial I will show you how to crochet these easy rustic carrots. The pattern comes in two different sizes. In the video tutorial I will be showing you how to make the mini ones, but you can find the written instructions for both of these sizes on our blog. I will place a link in the description box below. So let's see the materials and continue with the pattern. For this pattern, we will be using a 5mm crochet hook. You will need a pair of scissors, a darning needle with a big opening. You will need a worsted weight yarn. I'm using Mary Maxim Starlette, this one here, but you can use whatever yarn you have in your stash. These carrots are made with different worsted weight yarns with different brands. Also, you can make the leaves for your carrots with yarn, or you can add some twine to make them more rustic, like this. So the twine is optional. Also, you will need a fiber fill for stuffing your carrots. Now let's start. For round 1, we will start with a magic ring and we will make 6 half double crochet into the ring. If you don't like using the magic ring, you can make a chain 5 and then work slip stitch into the 5th to form a chain. I am making 6 half double crochet into the chain. 3, 4, 5, 6. Once you finish the 6 half double crochet, pull and close your magic ring. This pattern is worked in continuous around, so we won't be joining our round. We will use a stitch marker, or in my case I will be using a piece of yarn. I prefer using a piece of yarn because as you crochet along, you will carry this yarn and you can always see which is your first stitch. But if you use a stitch marker, you will place it into the next round and you can't keep track of your first stitch. So if you are using a piece of yarn, once you finish your last stitch and the last loop is on your hook, pull the yarn through that last loop and place the bottom part in front of your work. This is important. Now for the second round, we will be making slip stitch, we will be working into the 3rd loop of the half double crochet and we will be making a slip stitch into each stitch. Where is the 3rd loop of the half double crochet? Once you look on top of your stitches, you will see 2 loops. They are looking like a V. The first one here is the front loop and the one that is furthest from you is the back loop. But once you turn it a little bit, you will see that the half double crochet stitch usually have a 3rd loop on the back. This one here, it is popping and you can easily spot it on the back. We will be working into these loops. Now, so for round 2, make a slip stitch into each stitch, working into the 3rd loop of the half double crochet. I'm going into the 3rd loop and I will make a slip stitch. Then I will go into the 3rd loop of the next stitch and I will make a slip stitch there. Continue working a slip stitch into each stitch, working into the 3rd loop, like this. You will have 6 stitches again. Once you make the last slip stitch, take the upper part of your yarn and pull it through the last loop. In this pattern, we are working in the 3rd loop and the back loops of the stitches. When you are working a half double crochet, after the first round, when we are making a half double crochet round, we will be working into the back loop of the stitch. As I said as I told you, when I was explaining the 3rd loop, you can see that on top we have a front and back loop. For this round, for the half double crochet round, we will be working into the back loop of the stitches. Also, if you find it difficult to work into the third loop or spotting the third loop, you can make it into the back loop as well. So in round 3, we are making half double crochet into the first, working in back loops only, and then we will make 2 half double crochet into the next, like this. Then we will make half double crochet into the first and 2 half double crochet into the next. You will repeat this 3 times in total for this round, and you will have 9 stitches in the end. Once you finish your last stitch, don't forget to pull your yarn. And now, after you finish the half double crochet round, it's time for the slip stitch round. Each slip stitch round is worked with into the third loop of the half double crochet from the previous round, and we are not making any increases or decreases in the slip stitches. So you need to remember that every even round is a slip stitch round. So I won't be showing it throughout the pattern. I will just tell you that after the round you need to make a slip stitch round working into the third loop. So in round 4 we are making a slip stitch into each stitch working into the third loop, and you will have 9 stitches in the end. Now for round 5 we will be working into the back loop again, and we will make 1 half double crochet into each stitch without any increases. We are making 1 half double crochet into the back loop of each stitch, and you will again have 9 stitches in the end, like this. Now after this round we will be making a slip stitch round, so let me finish my slip stitch round working into the third loop of the half double crochet, and I will meet you in round 7. Round 7 is an increase round again, and we will be working half double crochet into the first 2 stitches. We are working in back loops, 1 half double, then the second one, and then we will make an increase into the third one. Repeat this 2 more times, making half double crochet into the first 2, 1, 2, and then increase into the third one, like this. And the last repeat. Now after round 7 you have a slip stitch round, so round 8 is worked in slip stitches. We will be working into the third loop, making slip stitch into each stitch. Let me finish my round and I will meet you in round 9. I finished my round, and for round 9 we will be working into the back loops again, and we will make 1 half double crochet into each stitch. This is not an increase round, so we are working 1 half double crochet into each stitch. In the end you will have 12 half double crochets. Once you finish this round, the next round, which is round 10, is a slip stitch round again. Work it into the third loop, making only 1 slip stitch in each stitch. I finished my rounds, and before we continue with round 13, with round 11, sorry, add a little bit stuffing, because it can get hard once you continue adding length to your carrot. Don't stuff it too much, like this. Now in round 11 it is an increase round, and this time we will work half double crochet into the first 3, working in back loops only. the second half double, the third one, and then into the fourth one we will make 2 half double crochet or increase. This is the fourth stitch. I'm making 1 half double and the second into the same. Repeat this 2 more times, making half double crochet into the first 3 and then increase into the next until the end. And once you finish this half double crochet round, the next round is again a slip stitch round. You will work 1 slip stitch into the third loop of each half double crochet. Now let me finish it and let's meet in round 13. In round 13, we will be making 1 half double crochet into each stitch, working in back loops only. We don't have any increases or decreases in this round, just 1 half double crochet into each stitch like this. Once you finish this round, the next round, which is round 14, is a slip stitch round. You will be working a slip stitch into the third loop of each stitch without any increases. Now let me finish my rounds and I will meet you in the last round, which is round 15. I finished around 14, and now before we make the last round, add a little bit more stuffing because the next round is a decrease round and you won't be able to stuff it well. In the last round, which is round 15, we'll be making decrease over each of the next stitches. I'm making the half double crochet decrease a little bit different so it won't be too bulky, and I will show you how to do it. Yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop of the first stitch and pull a loop. We have 3 loops. Then go to the back loop of the next stitch and pull a loop from there. Now you have 4 loops. Yarn over and pull through all of them. This is something like a half double crochet and single crochet decrease together, but it gives you less bulky half double crochet decrease. Then going to the next 2 stitches, we are making a decrease there as well. Yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop of the next stitch, pull a loop. We have 3 loops. Now insert your hook into the back loop of the next stitch and pull a loop from there. We have 4 loops. Yarn over and pull through all of them. Repeat this until you have 1 stitch left, making 7 decreases in total. Once you reach the last stitch, make a half double crochet into the back loop of that stitch and then chain 1 to finish. Cut your yarn and leave a longer tail, then pull your yarn to secure it. I want to show you when you are using a piece of yarn to mark your first stitch, this is how it will look, and this is always your first stitch. This one here, this one, this one, this one. The yarn usually is on top of the first stitch. You can take it off now, and it's better to use thinner yarn for the marking yarn because if it's the same, it may leave a trail. Take the yarn tail and your needle, and now we will close the gap opening using the needle. To do that, we will go from back to front, from outside to inside through the front loop of the first stitch. Then go again the same way through the front loop of the next stitch and just pick up those front loops like this, going all the way around. Once you went all the way around, pull your yarn to close it. Then secure it with a knot. Hide your yarn tails inside your carrot and cut your yarn. And this is how it will look once you finish your carrot. It's now time to make the leaves on top of your carrot. Now take a green color yarn and your hook. You can see that on top, these are the stitches of the last round. I will insert my hook around the post of one of the stitches. It doesn't matter which one, in any stitch, like this. Then I will pull a loop with my yarn. Now we will start making chains. I will make 10 chains, for example, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we will make a slip stitch into the same stitch. I'm going around the post of the same stitch, and I will join it with a slip stitch, creating a loop. This will be the first leaf. Then I will chain 15, for example. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then I will go around the post of a next stitch, for example here, and I will make a slip stitch to join the loop, like this. Making more chains will give you a longer loop, and making less chains will give you a smaller loop, like this, shorter. So you can switch between them. We've made a long one, now we will make chain 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. And I will make a slip stitch around the post of the same stitch, like this. You can add as many loops as you wish. I will leave it like this in 3. As I said, you can make as many chains as you want. You can make them longer or shorter. It's all about how you want it to be. And you are always working around the post of the last stitch here on top. Then if you want to add a little some twine, take 2 short ends of twine and fold them from the middle like this. Then take your hook and create a loop like making a tassel. Insert your hook again around the post of any stitch, pull it from the middle, and then pull both ends through the loop that you created, like this. This is how we usually make tassels, and you can use this to make the leaves with some twine for your carrot. I will make one more. Like this. Now you can add more tassels. You can shorten them, cut them, or you can even split your twine into this one I did here. I split the twine, and it will look like this. Or you can tie a bow with your twine, like this here. It's all about how you want to decorate your carrots. I hope that you like this video tutorial and it was helpful to you. If you do, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell button so you will get a notification whenever we have a new video tutorial for you. See you in the next video.